I want to do a podcast about films.
I do wonder whether I should be stopping you.
Too late, baby.
What is it this week?
American Beauty.
Armenian Beauty?
American Beauty.
Black Beauty?
Where are you going with this?
I could ask you the same question. Imagine having to change your game halfway through.
Yeah, don't worry about that now. Did you enjoy the podcast?
Believe me when I say it was so much better than watching the film.
Okay, but did you enjoy it, though?
Don't worry about that now. Let's get on with it.
Great. Hello and welcome to Movie the Needle, a podcast where a pair of amateurs haphazardly dissect a film that one of us likes and one, well, not so much. My name's Simon, and I'm in our shed with my good friend Carl, where we'll be explaining our opposing viewpoints and seeing whether we can movie the needle for one another. This week, it's the 1999 darkly satirical drama from Sir Sam Mendes about a depressed suburban father in a midlife crisis who decides to turn his hectic life around after developing an infatuation with his daughter's attractive friend. Rose petals and smiley burgers ensue. It's American Beauty.
He's a sir, is he?
I think so, yeah. I'm not entirely sure what for, whether it's services to cinema. I imagine services to theatre or Bond. Who knows? Done two of them, right? That's a good percentage.
Yeah, he did Skyfall and Spectre. Yeah, it wasn't. He didn't do No Time to Die. That was Carrie.
Fukunaga.
Yeah,
Or something like that.
yeah, that dude.
Yeah. Carl, do you ever, in your non-pod life, make references to the pod just to amuse yourself? Such as the, or she, or something along those lines. People not knowing what you're talking about.
Well, I think I'd probably say or she a bit anyway. I don't think it was.
I know it's not a podcast reference
Yeah,
and such, but
go on.
by the way, well, just recording videos at work, right? And I've introduced people to how to record via PowerPoint and things like that. And someone was just like, "Oh,
have you been talking about dicks at work?"
No. If I've got to record like 5 minutes, like do it in like how many takes do you reckon?" I was like, "Well, I'm one take walker, so it takes me 5 minutes."
Nobody knows what that means. And
No,
do you know what? Even listeners to this podcast, we haven't said it for about 20 episodes.
Yeah, that's true. But it just reminded me because I absolutely nailed the intro for the first time in a while because I've been absolutely shit recently.
Yeah, that was one take walker.
But anyway, Carl, we're doing American Beauty this week.
Yes.
I've got a game.
Yeah, good.
Guess what I've called it?
American
Go on. Nearly there. Halfway there.
Beauty?
Zzz.
Yeah.
American Beauty.
Good, right.
Yeah, so there we go. It's one you like. I've sent you a little scorecard, so you I think you know what it's about.
I was excited by the teaser, yeah.
Well, you did say you were wrecked, I think was the exact words you used.
Yeah, like I said, I was excited by the teaser.
Yep. Exciting news for this episode, though. For regular listeners, we are shifting the format around a little bit after a little bit of discussion / feedback from a listener.
Two listeners.
Listeners, yeah, sure. So it's not going to change a great deal, but we're just shifting things around a little, and we will reveal the movie we are doing next week at the very end of the pod. So you have to stick around. Don't just be a cunt and fast forward it to the end just to find out.
Yeah.
You have to listen to the whole thing. That's how it works.
So the movie reveal is a relatively interesting, exciting addition.
It could be.
Yeah. We have had another listener, not through official channels, ask me what's coming up.
Yes.
So, there's been some clamour.
Yes. I mean, it does kind of make sense because it would be nice that people could watch it ahead of time rather than waiting for the Friday. Oh, fucking hell, I've got to wait now. Watch it.
Yeah.
Because people don't like listening to this if they haven't seen the film, which is fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's nice, isn't it? We may have a small listenership, but they're thirsty, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I
need to listen to this as soon as it drops.
I don't like recording these when I haven't seen the film. And
No, it really gets in the way, doesn't
tricky.
it? Yeah. And I tell you what, some weeks that really comes across.
Yeah. I think I've covered it fairly well. Tenet, never seen it, mate.
Yeah.
This isn't the first time we've been in front of the mics this week, Carl. We were dicking about, playing around with technology to see how we can start to have maybe some guests, some collaboration, spice things up a bit in the pod shed.
Yep.
Not like that. As we've been together a year, and let's face it, we're both a bit bored of each other by now. To see if we can get things a bit more interesting. And after lots of playing around in the shed, you in the shed, me in my room, with free and cheap options, decided to
You're
reach
watching
out.
me on webcam, weren't you, dirty boy?
Yeah. Decided to reach out to Andrew at the Revisionist Almanac to see how he does. And of course, because he's an absolute pro, he pays for software and does it properly.
Yes, not an
not our
approach that
style.
Movie the Needle will be taking anytime soon. Thank you very much.
No. But you can do that. But anyway, we will have to cave and pay, but not yet.
Yeah. We'll bat that down the road.
What have you got? What's going on in your life?
Oh, dance shows. Fuck me, they're a slog, aren't they?
Well, I wouldn't know, thankfully.
Well, I say shows. They're really more like an emotional blackmail-driven extortion. Because it's all about fundraising for the dance school. Yeah.
25 quid a ticket.
Oh, God, it's more than that.
Raffles.
Yeah, raffles, programs,
Yeah.
which somebody's made them as a freebie, but they're hiking for like £7 a go or
Are you
whatever.
kidding? It's more than 25 quid a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's not the real problem. The real problem is it's 3.5 hours in the theatre.
And how much time are your children actually dancing for in that?
So my youngest did 3 numbers. So what are we talking there? Maybe like 4 minutes a pop, let's say.
It's 12 minutes out of 3.5 hours.
And then my eldest just had the 1 number.
I bet they spread them out as well, so you can't just sloop off.
Yeah,
when they're
so
done.
youngest all in the first act, eldest second act. Yeah.
Swines.
Yeah.
I hope they made lots of money anyway, so you can keep your misery going for another few
Yeah,
years.
this is it. If the dance school folds, I won't have to go again.
Yeah. Did you win the raffle?
No, did not win the raffle. It was booze laden as well, so I was quite disappointed with that. Now I didn't buy a ticket, but my mum did, so it's the same thing, right? If she'd have won the raffle,
So,
I win the raffle.
sure.
It's fine, you know. I'm a firstborn. I'm the favourite.
And of course.
Yes, so that was me. That was a real slog. Like, I did that thing where you sort of you're suffering through everything else, and I'm judging people, and I go, look at her, try hard, show off. That's all there is to it.
But the kids.
Yeah,
you're judging.
yeah,
Okay,
the kids.
Right, cool.
And then mine comes on and really goes to town, and she was fantastic. I just turned to my wife. Oh my word, wasn't she good? Wasn't she great? And I was like, any other
You're still
parent
one of
is
those
looking at
who- yeah,
her,
do the
he's
same
going
thing.
like, oh God, look at her. She's over the top a bit, love, isn't it? Hey.
Did you take flowers to throw onto the stage?
Last year, my mum did. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I was joking. But okay, fair enough.
She didn't this year though. A couple of people did last year actually. I don't know why that didn't happen this year.
Seen the price of flowers, Jesus.
Yeah,
Probably knew
maybe
they'd
that's
get
it. Cost of
fleeced for
living
the raffle.
crisis. Yeah. I'll tell. There'll be no flowers for the dance show this year. I'll tell the children. Yeah. So yeah, that was my weekend. That was tough, but I suppose ultimately rewarding. Unlike this film, but we'll get to that.
Oh no.
Have you seen the Bond chatter that's doing the
I have not.
rounds?
No, tell me.
So there's a couple of things coming out. Where apparently Amazon had proposed, as we expected, a Moneypenny spin-off.
I called it.
Yeah. A lighter spin-off.
Called it.
And an old Bond.
An old Bond.
Yeah.
How old we talking?
Well, like as in, what does Bond look like in sort of retirement or whatever?
Like, is it going to be played by who could do? Who's that Gandalf guy? Ian McKellen.
Sorry. I'm getting my streams crossed here. A female Bond or a female 007.
A female old Bond.
No, just forget the old. I'll come back to
They're
that.
not going to put an old female on screen. What are they thinking? It's Hollywood.
yeah. Look, one thing at a time. Come on. Yeah. So Moneypenny lighter and the female 007. I presume that was going to be a series or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. So
Eon
what's
were-
old Bond then?
Eon were like, get fucked on
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jeff Bezos found out that Barbara Broccoli had called the Amazon executives idiots, or fucking idiots, I think is the quote.
Seems fair.
You see, it does seem fair, doesn't it? And then Jeff Bezos's response to that, like any like-minded megalomaniac, is get rid of her, whatever it costs. So I bet they made a lot of money out of that buyout.
Brilliant.
just a diversion. Something that's underplayed. Apparently, the copyright lapses on Bond in 10 years anyway.
What
Do you know when
does that
something's
mean?
been
Does
in
that mean
the-
that anyone can make Bond,
Anyone can
basically?
use it, yeah.
In 10 years?
Yeah,
That's it?
apparently. Because you only get, is it 60 years or something like
no
that? Or
idea.
70 years?
I've never owned copyright.
So, so it was going to happen at some point, and they've obviously cashed
So
out.
they are going to make hay while the sun shines then?
So I think you can expect it to be fast,
Yeah.
because they're going to lose that competitive edge soon. Anyway, yes, Old Bond. So the thing that has come out since, and seems to get a bit of traction, is Old Bond, and Pierce Brosnan is
Pierce Brosnan coming back.
rumoured to be coming back for one. Now, I don't like Old Bond as an idea.
What would Old Bond be doing?
Well, exactly. Like, are you going to put him in just a James Bond film, and then what do you do when he has to have a fight scene? Do you...
In an old people's home, just fucking.
Yeah, maybe that, yeah. He's won the bingo again. Or he's won Connect 4 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do think if you are going to do one, Pierce Brosnan's the perfect guy for it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because...
He's still alive. That's a good
As
start.
you know, there's 3 of them still alive. Well, 4 if you count Craig, but that'd be weird, wouldn't it? Just bringing him back. I know you've just signed off, and you're only 7 years older than you were then. Yeah, you could do, I think Lazenby's 85, Dalton's like 80.
Wouldn't it be good if both of them were in the same old people's home and they were doing it like...
Oh, God, it'd be like
3
the
old
multiverse,
Bonds.
for God's sake.
Oh, I like
No.
it.
No, but as you know, Brosnan's pretty low down my list of Bonds, but his films are very Bond by the numbers, right?
Yep.
Hitting all the beats, your
Yep.
classic, he didn't add anything to the character, and that was fine for those films. What do you want out of an old Bond? It's going to be like a greatest hits thing. It's going to be for exactly that sort of mood where you just one more roll of the dice.
The
please.
name's Bond. We know, dear. Yes.
Yeah, so Pierce Brosnan would be probably a decent shout for that. But I mean, my official position is I hope it doesn't happen because, let's face it, it sounds a bit shit.
If it's not set in an old people's home, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, well, exactly. It'd just be like another Bond film, and it'd be fighting like the bloody Irishman when Robert De Niro was trying to give that guy a good shoeing on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your face looks young and still a bit rubbery, but why can't you kick?
Yeah. Or when young Harrison Ford in the new Indiana Jones was walking away and just like limping.
Yeah, that's
What's
right.
going on?
Which is a shame because, again, his face looked really good. The other rumour that is much more exciting, apparently, they've been in contact with a couple of directors. Chris Nolan is one.
Yep.
And Alfonso Cuarón is the other
I
one.
like him. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I'd be
He did.
all over both of those.
Yeah, he did the best Harry Potter film.
Did he?
Yep.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people enjoyed that.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
That'll be interesting.
Because
Obviously,
either of those will bring a very particular flavour, right?
do you think Amazon want to give up full creative control to Nolan though as well in a similar thing? They
Yeah,
just
I
got
think-
it and they're going to be like, yeah, fuck it, go
Yeah,
for it.
I think there'll be much more. Because what the fuck do they know about films?
Well, and also it's pretty much guaranteed then, isn't it? Because Nolan's his own brand as well. You've got Bond, their own brand, and it's going to make about $6 billion at the box office.
Their money at the end of the day, so it makes sense for them to go, yes, we will fund the professionals.
Fair point. Yeah.
Whereas Eon were very much like, no, this is our baby. This has been a family business. They've groomed producers and the sort of the the crew over generations. They wanted creative control. It doesn't make any sense for Amazon to keep hold of it because then what the fuck do they know? Yeah, so that's exciting.
Interesting
Go for either of those.
times.
Go for either of those.
People that are doing Bond-related podcasts must be loving this at the minute.
Yeah,
Content galore.
proper back into the zeitgeist. Maybe this is what will shoot us up the algorithm.
Just keep talking about Bond.
Yeah, less of the hot piss, more Bond.
Yeah, cool. Good stuff. You seen any movies this week, Carl? How many?
Some of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.
Nine.
Not including this one. Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
Outrageous. So I nearly watched all of the ones I said I was trying to watch
What
in
did
the
you
last
say?
episode. So the one I didn't watch, I can't remember. So I said I was going to watch
Good. Yeah.
Captain America Brave
Glad
New
you brought it
World. I said I was going to watch September 5. I did watch both of those.
Right.
The other one I said I was gonna watch
Is it another Marvel shite?
no, it wasn't. It was I was gonna catch up and I was gonna say I'm gonna watch Rustin, Coleman Domingo's 2023 movie. Didn't get round to it. I got sidetracked by being a good friend instead, and so just
Well, that's fair enough.
unrewarding all round.
It's fair enough, I suppose. Yeah, but you were been unrewarded together.
Yeah, sure. So Captain America: Brave New World, 2 stars, a very 2-star film. Although some good bits, not without some humour. A somewhat brave approach to make it a direct sequel to 3 properties that are actually pretty shite in The Incredible Hulk, The Eternals, and Falcon the Winter Soldier. So brave in that sense, but overall a little bit meh.
Yeah,
But I did enjoy a trip to the cinema. So
A lot of words. Don't know what any of them mean.
yeah, that's fine. Someone will who listen to that. So yeah. Well, what's your first 4?
Yeah, let me give you 5
Mix it up a
because
bit.
they're all Houston's.
Ah, you've gone
Well
on
done,
it.
Houston's.
You do like a theme, don't you? Do you like a run?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, you do. You definitely do. I mean, it's
Yeah, but it wasn't
submarines one week.
Yeah,
Houston
yeah,
the next week. Submarines the next week.
yeah. Bond the week after that.
Submarines the week after that.
Yeah. Tom Cruise the week after that. Yeah, no, I don't think this was particularly deliberate, but yeah, it has just happened. So there we have it. Yeah, so Heaven Knows Mr. Allison, Robert Mitchum. The Night of the Iguana,
Cool. That's a good title.
Richard Burton. The Third Man.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Well, Orson Welles is
Welles,
is the. I guess you'd almost call him the antagonist in that. Under the Volcano,
Sure.
Albert Finney, and The Man Who Would Be King.
Okay.
Dual leads in that: Michael Caine and Sean Connery.
Oh, very good. Which ones were the highlights there then?
The Man Who Would Be King is sort of a fun but popcorn movie. That's the least serious of those 5. I probably enjoyed. I think The Third Man is probably the best film. I probably enjoyed The Night of the Iguana or maybe Under the Volcano the most.
Oh, interesting.
But I think you'd say that The Third Man is the best film out of all.
What are we peaking at in the old ratings on the Letterboxd?
CarlMTN
and SiMTN. By the
3.5, 4 maybe
Okay. Yeah,
for The Third Man. There's a couple of 3s, the rest of them at 2.5.
so solid stuff.
He's a very accomplished filmmaker, Houston.
Yeah, good stuff. The other one I watched, September 5. Great performances by our friend John Magaro. Remember the guy from Past Lives, the husband in Past Lives?
Oh yeah,
I don't know if I'm saying his surname right. Magaro.
he's
Magaro?
Yeah,
Magaro. What do you reckon?
I don't know. Yeah,
Okay. Him,
what
John.
else has he been in?
Stuff. Yeah, he's been in quite a few things. It looks really good, September 5. Absolutely nailed the aesthetic. But there's just something missing that didn't quite hit the heights. Like, I really enjoyed it. I was into it throughout.
You do
Well-
like the aesthetic, don't you?
Well worth a watch, I would say. And a breezy 95 minutes.
What's it about?
September the 5th. No, it's about the Munich Olympics with the hostagey thing with the Israelis. And, yeah, so good, yeah, built-in tension, so it's good, but it's just something that didn't quite get there. If I was you, I would have watched Munich afterwards, wouldn't I? And just gone on a proper theme.
Yeah.
And then watched some other random hostage shit. But I didn't, because I didn't watch that many films. Because
fair
I
enough.
suck. Anyway, what were the other 4?
Mississippi Burning.
Oh, yes. We're on a Gene Hackman run now.
Yeah, well, I was finishing off the Gene Hackman run. He's so good, man. He's so good. He's brilliant in that. I don't think he's going to displace Avery Tolar in The Firm as my favourite performance of his.
Ooh,
But
it's getting close.
But it's really good. Yeah, he's fantastic. Kickboxer, Van Damme.
All right.
Oh,
Where'd that come from?
It was late.
Mm.
I was a little bit drunk.
Yeah.
I thought I don't want to watch a new
I don't
film.
want to go to bed. It's not 3 yet.
Yeah, this is
I'll
film
watch
watching time. So I know. I haven't seen Kickboxer in ages. Oh, what a film.
I mean, genuinely, I was saying, like, I didn't watch a film because I was being a good friend. Actually, I sleep is why I don't watch as many films.
That's what
as
you're
you.
missing
Actually,
out.
is what's going on here, isn't it?
Missing out.
Yeah, but you enjoy Kickboxer. That's good.
You don't want it enough. That's the thing.
Yes.
Cave into the demands of sleep. Pathetic. The Bucket List.
With Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, and Jack Nicholson.
Uh-huh.
That's a bit crap.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Oh, well, actually, maybe I have seen it.
I mean, like it's
It's very unmemorable if I have.
easy watching, non-offensive,
Mm.
perfectly fine. But yeah.
Did they both die in the end?
No.
One of them died in the end.
Spoiler alert! Fucking hell.
I mean, it's literally called the bucket list.
Do you know where that term comes from?
Kick the bucket?
Yes, but do you know where the term "the bucket list" originated?
No.
That movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. How
Really?
How mad is that?
That's crazy.
So 2007, that movie came out.
That's when that term
You
first
cannot
came.
find a reference on the internet that predates that movie,
That's crazy.
isn't it? Because as they explain in the film, because he has a scene explaining it, going, "Oh, why is it called the bucket list? Oh, because there's list you do when you kick the bucket."
Yeah.
Just because it makes a ton of sense,
Yeah.
you assume it must have been around forever.
Oh, well done that movie. I mean,
Yeah.
the writer of that's got to be like, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in the zeitgeist. Yes.
Yeah.
No one knows my movie, but yes.
It is in the zeitgeist. I thought that was pretty incredible. But, there you go. Anyway, the final film on my list is Flow.
Ah, wait, no, you talked about this last week.
Nope.
Did you
Haven't
talk
seen
about
it
it with
last
me? Somewhere else.
No, I text you.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah. What did you text me?
I said, we're watching Flow, and it's pretty clear from the start they had 4 stars to lose.
Did it lose any?
No, it gained half a star.
Oh,
it went
you
up
like
to
it.
it went up to 9, 4.5.
Yeah, very good.
4.5 out of 5.
Cool, wasn't it?
It was really good, and I did like it a lot. Yeah, thought it was excellent, and my eldest really enjoyed it too.
Was the capybara the best bit, though?
It's pretty good. Capybara bit was pretty good. Yeah,
Capybara. What did I say? Capybara. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Capybara.
yeah, it's pretty good. Less said about that. Those cunt secretary birds, the better. Arseholes, mate.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it with Theo. Maybe I should have.
Yeah,
There we go.
very good.
Right, is that your 9?
That's been
Right, any apologies?
no apology, but
corrections?
well, maybe you wanna apologise
Nah. Seems
to your
unlikely.
boy. Your boy about easy 5-star film, you said, and you wanted him to win the Oscar, and then went on to call him Carlos Domingo. # big fan.
Wait, what did I say?
That was in our After Sun episode.
I called him Carlos Domingo.
Yeah,
Wait, what's his actual name?
Coleman.
Coleman. I said Carlos.
Yeah, you've
Why
said
did I
it.
say
You've
Carlos?
said Coleman right today.
Yeah. Why would I say Carlos? That's so weird. I must have
Because
written
you're
it.
such a big fan, you don't even know his name.
Yeah, I've literally seen him in like one thing.
Yeah.
Coleman Domingo.
Yeah.
Carlos Domingo. Carlos Domingo works. I'm sticking
Yeah,
with
you
it.
tell him that. Say, yeah, you look like a Carlos.
Yeah, go Carlos.
Yeah.
Sorry, Coleman. Apologise.
Yeah, if he's listening.
Yeah, he will be. He's a big fan.
Yeah.
Carl. Thirsty.
Right.
Unveil the ale. They were drinking beer in this movie.
Yeah, did you spot what it was?
No, I did not.
Miller Lite.
Oh, please no.
No, it's not Miller Lite.
Oh, thank God. Miller Lite has its place, and that is paying. What did I pay for it? What was it? Like $16 a can when I was at the Eagles game?
Right.
Oh, no, that was Coors. No, it was Miller Lite.
The thing with this
Anyway, carry
film,
on.
Simon,
Yes.
when all said and done, it is just a bit duff.
Duff beer? Wait, Duff beer exists? Just hook it to my veins.
There you go.
Lovely.
Duff beer.
Wait, where do you get this from?
Little.
Nice. Duff man can't breathe. New feelings brewing inside Duff man. What? What'd Jesus do?
Are you finished?
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Nice. Synchronized opening. Oh, let's have a sip.
Oh.
Now I feel like I need to let out a huge belch, Barney style now. Anyway, what's your thoughts, Carl? What do you think of the beer?
I assume that they've brewed this as some sort of gimmick, but I tell you what, it's all there. Bold, refreshing, and something I can't quite put my finger on. But it's delivering exactly the sort of refreshment that you imagine at home and his buddies experience, right? It's transcending popular culture. Really good stuff. What do you think?
Wet.
Okay.
Anyway, we're talking about American Beauty, but before we reveal what we each think of it, a quick reminder of our rating scale. Easy, simple 5-point scale. You either really like it, you like it, you're ambivalent, you don't like it, or you really don't like it. So, Carl, Where are you on the scale with American Beauty?
I don't like it.
Don't like it. Okay. Well, I really like it. It's a really like for me. So why I really like it, Carl, I was a little bit worried about this one. I was thinking this could be a dangerous rewatch and reassessment. But actually, a lot more fun in the first 2/3 than I remember. Really enjoyed it. Has a few great performances from Spacey, Benning, and Cooper in particular, all of which I would consider Oscar-worthy in isolation, not looking at what else was out that year. Distinctive music, always interesting, and some legitimately funny moments, with some added darker bits in there too. What's not to like? What don't you like, Carl?
Other people's kids.
I can't help but be a little bit offended.
Oh, not your kid. Obviously, I don't mean your kid.
Sure.
But other people's kids.
Right.
I think I have to say.
Yeah. Fair enough. I mean, yeah. I mean, watching them dance for 3.5 hours will do that to you. So, yeah. Anyway, what about the film?
Keep it light. Right. I'm relieved that you mostly went the way that you did just then.
Okay.
Because if you'd have gone another way...
What, deep and meaningful?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Which also does play into something that I'll say
Spit
later,
it out, man.
which is quite nice. So, double bonus. I'm happy twice over. So I remembered this. I'll have watched it when I was like 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered this as, sort of stylish and, ooh, Kevin Spacey, he's good, isn't he? What I hadn't realised when I rewatched this earlier on in the year or back end of last year is not only is that all that's going on, a good deal of the rest of it is solid gold shite. I thought, honestly, my biggest gripe with it is it's really, really boring. So we'll disagree on the fun element, that's fine. The other side of it is it's really fucking weird. And it's a bit smug and self-satisfied as well. Maybe we'll find some agreement there. But they've just done that thing where they've just painted it over with this stylish production brush, thrown in a couple of snappy lines and sat back and expected us all to fucking clap along like demented seals. Like the thickos we all are. So, yeah, not for me, mate.
All right, let's move on to the cast. Before we start though, Carl, let's acknowledge that a lot of the characters are fairly awful people.
Oh, God, yeah.
But let's not let this distract from the actor's performance, one of which is definitely also an awful person. Although technically, cleared of all charges.
Yeah, allegedly.
All the charges.
Money.
Indeed. So let's start with Kevin Spacey as Lester Burnham.
Actually, that's probably dangerous, isn't it? He allegedly didn't pay her off.
Yes.
There you go. We'll go with that. No, we don't know for sure. We can only allege that he didn't pay her off. Him off.
Sure.
Them off.
All of them.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He allegedly didn't pay all of them off.
Yeah.
There we go.
Anyway, Kevin Spacey, Lester Burnham.
Mm.
Or, as I read it in a Letterboxd review, more like Molester Burnham.
Hey!
Right?
Ooh.
And also, yes.
Yeah. I don't love him here, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found him a bit over the top for the dark tone of the film, to be honest with you. It feels like he's acting in a different movie.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I think both the leads, as in Spacey and Benning, are like bordering on, like right on the line of almost like parody. They're quite big.
Yeah.
In this, and I think they are just the right side of it.
Well, let's just move straight on to Benning then, and maybe we'll do them at once, because I didn't think it was as much of a problem with her, and I think that's maybe because her character is a lot more underdeveloped. I've written down a bristling arsehole, right? Because that's what she is. She just fucking is bristling with rage all the way through, with contempt for everything and him. But that's all she's put in there to do, and that's what she does. And I kind of feel like she's doing that. It's not necessarily a problem. Lester Burnham is one we find out, or the film focuses on, obviously, and I feel like he's required to do a bit more. And yeah, I just found him a bit over the top. I found him more problematic than Benning, I would say.
Yeah, so I quite liked the way Spacey kind of delivered this because he does kind of his posture kind of changes over the course of the film. He does go from a bit
he's a good actor.
quiet and sad. You can see you can always see the process in a way.
Yeah.
His facial reactions alone during like that cheerleader scene, where it's just like all in the eyes and just little micro reactions, was fantastic. And he displays disgust at his wife very, very well. And then just how excited he gets when he gets asked if he wants to get high is like a puppy. And he has this sort of weird manic glint in his eye at various points as well. I kind of thought that his performance with his eyes in general was really good, and I think that's maybe a Spacey thing. It's kind of one of his brands, isn't it? He's got an excellent. His voice is fantastic as well.
Great voice.
Yeah,
great voice. Look, Spacey is a fantastic actor. There's no getting around that. I associate him with a sort of a smooth sleaze, right? And I don't think that he was playing it particularly sleazy here.
No.
I think he's more over the top. And I was like thinking, well, if you went sleazy rather than deranged at times, that you're talking about his facial expressions in that scene where he's looking at the dancer, to me that would have been a better tonal fit with this film. But he wasn't. He was.
I don't think he'd be able to play it sleazy though, because obviously, like what he's doing, his thoughts and actions towards it are, very wrong. But I think if you played it sleazy, I don't think it would work. I think the fact that he's playing it is kind of like
we'll definitely circle back around to this in production and plot.
But yeah, I thought Annette Bening was good. As I said in the beginning, I think she was kind of Oscar worthy with this in isolation. She didn't win it.
I thought she was good too.
Yeah,
overall,
did enjoy her
for what she's doing. I thought she did very well.
Supporting cast: Thora Birch as Jane, or as I wrote in my notes, Thora Heard.
A very different movie. Very different movie.
Not what I don't want to see it. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll see it. Get your tits out, Thora. She was 17 at the time.
16. There are conflicting reports. So she's
surely it's quite easy to ascertain this.
She's either at the back end of 16 or only just turned 17.
I know she had her parents on set or dad on set.
Yeah, well, they had to sign a release form to put her tits out.
Parents weren't happy, but
weren't happy. No, they're the ones interviewed, going, "Oh yeah, it's so important for the character arc. She just needs to do this." Let's face it, they wanted the dough. We talked. I know we've retired our gratuitous nudity section.
A couple here.
Yeah, we mentioned this in Wolf of Wall Street, and what's her face, Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
she was making a point of how keen she was to do the nudity because even though Marty didn't want me to do it, but I wanted to do it, and it's like, how much can you really trust those words when you know that so many people have been forced into it for threats to their career if they don't do it? And that's the line just everybody trots out about this. Well, it was so important. It was an important artistic choice. So, yeah, don't know. Weird.
I thought she was all right, though, Thora.
I thought fine. Whatever. Yeah. Bratty, moody teenager.
Yeah. I thought she did like the kind of the secret smile and the kind of hidden thing all right. Have you seen Ghost World?
No.
Her and Scarlett Johansson. It was actually after this, which has surprised me. I thought that was earlier on. Well worth a watch. Good fun. But yeah, I thought Thora Birch was decent. Mina Savari. I
thought she was a bit better.
Savari? What is it?
Suvari, maybe?
Savari. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Mina Savari. Angela.
Yeah. I thought she was a bit better. I think she had a bit more range to her. Not loads, but...
Well, she's an excellent fit for the proper, perfect high school bitch kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought when I was doing the recasting, I struggled to come up with anyone who could do the high school bitch quite as effectively.
Yeah, and then she also has the breakdown that goes with that.
Exactly, and then also have that other side of it as well, and could be the object of affection or lust for a 40-plus-year-old guy in the form of his like angel, perfect woman kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, also manages to convince when she's found out for who/what she is really is. What about Wes Bentley, Rookie?
Yeah, fine, whatever. Weird, moody teenager.
Yeah, it's weird. So this is probably the biggest difference from when I remember, because I haven't watched this for maybe since I first watched it. Didn't rewatch it in the last few years as you did. I remember this being a little weird and problematic. This character and a bit distracting from it. And I know the character is a little smug, but he plays it with a bit more humour than what I remembered, and did find him to be a lot less distracting this time and not an issue. Rock solid performance, I thought, plays it with this sort of weird brightness in his eyes. It's kind of like weird starey eyes, but there's this brightness behind them. I can't really explain it, but I don't know if it makes sense. The role and the plastic bag scene in particular has obviously been lampooned many times now, Yeah.
It's trash. You're looking at trash, which is the Family Guy God one, isn't it? Yeah.
But weirdly, like when we get to talk about this, I found that less of a ridiculous notion rewatching it.
I know you did, Simon, and I will come on to that. I know you did.
What about...
So I'll tell you my whole thing with this cast, right? These characters are so fucking shallow, and we're talking about performance. So the problem you then have, because they're not asked to do very much, is how do you appraise if they're any good or not? So it's easy with someone like Annette Bening because, like you said, she is quite over the top. It's very deliberate. She's going to be an arsehole. Is she being a believable arsehole? Yes, she is. Easy for me to say.
She's just an arsehole, though.
I'm not sure about that. I think it's easy to say, oh yeah, she's pretty good at that. For the kids, certainly Thora Birch and Wes Bentley, I'm like, they're such like flat, boring characters. Are they okay? Yeah, they're absolutely fine. Are they good? I don't know. They haven't got a lot to work with. Like I say, Mina Savari's got a bit more to work with, so I can go, yeah, she's a bit better. I mean, even, I assume you're going to come on to Chris Cooper?
Yeah, next year.
Even Chris Cooper, he's a bit more in the Annette Bening camp because it's almost like a caricature of a character.
Yeah.
You're just a homophobe ex-military. And is he completely believable at that? Yes, he is. But like, is that a great performance when it's such a flat, one-dimensional character? I don't know. I will say, though, Chris Cooper in general, scary guy. Always find him scary in whatever film he's in.
Is it just me? He seemed to be everywhere for a few years, but I can't remember the last time I saw him in anything.
No, yeah, that's a good point. That
he went through that a few year spell where it was just, there he is. Oh, he's there.
Yeah,
again.
Yeah, I'd have to.
And he was he's terrifying. I imagine he's quite intense as a person. I don't know. I'm just getting that vibe that he's probably quite serious.
Well, that's testament to his, or maybe it's just good casting as well, but testament to his ability really. Because I just think you just believe them, and you can see that sort of like, oh well, that must be who he is almost.
Yeah,
and it might
true.
not. It might
maybe
not be.
He's just like he cuddles puppies.
Yeah, he might just be a really good actor. But I mean, like again, the next one I've got is Peter Gallagher, Buddy Kane.
Yeah,
again, it's another almost caricature. Mustachioed arsehole I've got for Buddy Kane. Is he good at that? Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he is good at that.
Have you seen the OC, the TV series?
No, I mean I'm aware of him. I know.
See, Peter Gallagher is another one, just like Kyle Chandler will always be Coach.
Right,
he will always be Sandy Cohen.
Right,
because he's just imprinted on my mind. So you see Sandy Cohen fucking and shouting like, "Do you like it when the king gives it to you? Do you like it getting it from the king?" Just like, it's a bit weird, but I like it.
Yeah. No, and like, he's decent at that, but he is just playing this really narrow, almost caricature thing. And it's, well, yeah, okay. So I'm on these. I know you're saying separate performance from character. The character's limiting things. So I'm very just, they're all right. The only one really I would single out has been a little, not sure, is in fact Spacey, because like I said, it feels like he's in a different film. But yeah, there we go.
He comes across really believable, doesn't he, of preying on a 16-year-old?
I mean, he allegedly didn't prey on underage.
I didn't say anything about that. I'm just saying he comes across as really believable. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Quick shout out for Alison Janney as well.
As the broken woman.
Yeah. Who I always find really good in everything that I see her in. Obviously, she literally was just playing like a walking coma victim here. I think she apparently had like quite a bit cut as well from the role because they just kept it simple. But yeah, she's always really good. But yeah, didn't have much to do in this. Anyone else? I don't think I've pretty much covered the whole cast, so I think we're good there. Yeah. Recasting, Carl. I've done some work here.
Oh, good.
For a change.
Yeah, it does make a change.
Yeah. After really struggling, I came up with a few I want to throw out there. Let's start at the top with Lester. So, as you know, I like to get the ages about right.
Yeah.
So he says he's 42 in this. It's very clear at the start. He's 42 years old. Which, I was just like, really?
Yeah.
How old was Kevin Spacey at this time? Does he always look this old? He always looks old. Anyway.
42. No, it's 43, isn't it? The family thing. And how old is Daddy? 43. No, it is 42, isn't it? 42.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
My daddy's old. I think he's 7. yes, that's what you want to hear, isn't it? Jackasses. Sorry,
Stewie's quite good.
We're having a real family guy.
Stewie is quite good. Okay, so my first one for Lester, who's a bit too young at the time and too old now, so if we're doing a modern recasting, is Ed Norton.
Yeah, okay. I see it, though.
Could kind of do that kind of progression.
Yeah.
Now, Chevy Chase apparently turned this down.
I read that too. No, I don't see that.
Couldn't see that one.
Yeah.
But the one I'm quite happy with is Bryan Cranston.
Right, I'm just going to have to make another note here for Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase. Right, Bryan Cranston. Yes, good, can see it.
Yeah. Did you really need to verbalise what you just said out loud? Or I don't know.
I mean, you probably don't take me as a come. John Cusack is mine.
John Cusack. Oh, yeah. I hadn't even thought of John Cusack.
No, I'll tell you. I'll give you a little steer here. Because I'm trying to keep in with the dark side of it, right? So mine are all more a bit way down that rather than the comedic fun side. I mean, not that John Cusack hasn't got a bit of those chops in him.
He can do drama.
He has, but yeah, John Cusack.
I don't mind it. Don't mind it. Yeah. What about for Carolyn, for the wife character?
Yeah, to replace Annette Bening.
More tricky for this one. I struggled with this one a little bit.
Laura Linney.
Laura Linney was on my list. I was like,
fit as fuck as well, by the way, Laura Linney. Not important, and she's a great actress.
Yeah.
But
I went Julianne Moore.
Yeah, she was rumoured as well.
At the time?
To have been cast, offered it in discussions, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see her being able to do that. Almost.
Do you know the thing with Julianne Moore? And this is again, I don't want this to be a slight on Annette Bening. Julianne Moore, too competent, too sort of assured. She's not insecure enough, Julianne Moore. She always comes across as this very, very secure, driven, capable person. Look, I'm sure she could probably do. Yeah, she could probably do it. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a very different. I could see that would be a very different Carolyn. I think.
Okay, Jane.
Christina Ricci.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricci. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I went for Christina Ricci as well. Again, age is not quite right. She's a bit older, but in the ballpark for playing a teenager at 20 or something.
What you mean? She's legal to get?
She's legal to get. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, what a pity, says Sam Mendes.
Colonel Fitz.
Sam Shepard.
Oh, you've done that again, Sam Shepard. Right, I'm going to know who this is.
You will. You Google Sam Shepard. You'll be like,
what's it? I think you've said him before, you know.
Oh,
I'm sure you've said him before, and I've gone.
He couldn't be more Colonel Fitz, Sam Shepard.
Right, okay. So the one I said was, I came up with two for this. So Ed Harris or J.K. Simmons. Ed Harris gets recast in every film we do, pretty much.
Right. Ed Harris, I thought about Ed Harris. Can he do the gay kiss?
Could Ed Harris do a gay kiss?
But he's got to do a gay kiss while he's falling apart and questioning his entire being, and he's got to be pathetic. Can Ed Harris be pathetic? That's your problem there. Because Ed Harris is a fucking don, mate. Look, he's a great actor. Yeah,
he could probably manage it.
That was my hang up on Ed Harris because I thought about him too. Have you got Sam Shepard up?
Yeah, I don't actually recognise him too.
Oh, really?
Weirdly, yeah, he's dead, by the way. don't know if you knew.
Yeah, but I don't know. We're
It
not.
wasn't at the time.
Yeah,
don't worry.
right. Yeah,
Just-
that's the important detail, really, isn't it?
Just in case you didn't know, I just thought I'd let you know.
I mean, we'll be buggered if that's the criteria when we do anything sort of
1940
pre-1980. Like, you know, like, well...
But yes, he has a look. Yeah, I reckon he could do it. J.K. Simmons, what did you think to J.K. Simmons?
Not bad. Yeah, don't mind it.
You could imagine him with the gay kiss.
I think more than Ed Harris,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ricky. Did you Ricky?
Yes. And I believe, actually, this person was originally in talks to get the role, and it's one of
Mr. Gyllenhaal.
Wes Bentley's good friends. It is Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I originally said Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but I was like, I'm not happy with it. Not quite. It's not quite right.
Yeah, not quite as weird, but I don't mind it. Not quite as weird.
And then I happened upon Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal's got the weird.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he's got the weird.
Which is where I'll come back to a Jake Gyllenhaal later as well. A little tease.
Mm.
He also auditioned for the part apparently as well.
He did. He auditioned, right?
Didn't get it, obviously. What a pointless thing to say. Just to put, didn't get it.
Yeah, did he not?
Didn't get it. Yeah,
Oh.
didn't get it in the movie we've just watched.
Well,
with not
sometimes
him
it
in.
happens, right? You might have got offered it, and then something comes up or whatever.
Anyway. Angela. So Mina Savari's character. Why can I not say that name? Mina Savari's character.
I'm pretty happy with this.
Okay, go on.
They've got to be spunky. They've got to
Yeah.
have the sass.
Yeah.
But they've obviously got to be a good actress. Mila Kunis.
Okay. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
she is talking about fucking your dad. Mila Kunis. She can't wait to fuck your dad.
All right, Dad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry. I went for Brittany Murphy.
Yeah. Does she want to fuck your dad as much as Mila Kunis wants to fuck your dad? That's the question I ask you there.
I'll have to.
I think Mila
I'll have to
Kunis
consider
would
that one.
eat her alive, mate.
Good to know.
Maybe that makes her a bad choice because when it gets down to it, Brittany Murphy was like, "It's my first time," and Mila Kunis would be like, "Hop on, lad."
Yeah,
Done this before.
done it more times than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Allegedly,
She was another one that was offered the part, not Mila Kunis. Brittany Murphy.
Yeah.
As was. There's quite a list. I think they went through quite a few before they ended up at Mina Savari. So Kirsten Dunst, who I'd originally come up with, and was like,
yeah,
no.
I don't know about Kirsten.
Yeah.
Dunst.
Sarah Michelle Gellar was also offered.
Surely she's too old.
Yeah, I don't know. Alison Hannigan?
No,
And Katie Holmes? No,
no.
I don't think so. Dunst's reasons for rejecting, by the way. I didn't want to be kissing Kevin Spacey. Come on. Lying there naked with rose petals. On reflection.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. She knew, didn't she?
I don't know when she said this, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Or even if she did say it, because internet.
We don't know what she allegedly doesn't know.
Indeed.
But she knew.
There was a quote from Mina Savari as well about how they were preparing for the scene, the naked scene, and he just took her to a room and was laid down.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Held her.
Also, I bet he allegedly didn't.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Why not? You got any more? Did I miss any? We've
Yeah,
done the whole
just
cast there.
Buddy Kane,
Oh yeah. Go
Peter
on.
Gallagher. I'd like to replace him with Christopher McDonald.
Yeah, who's Christopher McDonald?
Google Christopher McDonald.
All right, I'll do it in the break.
No, come on now.
No one wants to hear live
Happy Gilmore,
Googling.
Shoot McGavin.
Uh,
You've not seen Happy Gilmore?
I've seen it, but I'm
You
not
know who
like.
Shooter McGavin is?
I'm. Do I?
Yeah, he's the protagonist. Come on now.
Wait, what's his name?
Christopher McDonald.
McDonald, not Chris.
If you like, I don't know.
Not familiar. Christopher McDonald.
All you need to think of.
Oh, him. Yeah. I know
Yeah.
him. Oh,
He's going to shag Annette Bening and talk about being
He's
the king.
basically
isn't
the
he?
same person anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Christopher McDonald is a great shout.
Yeah, you know it. I've just realised something.
Go on.
We were saying earlier that my wife's gone away for the evening. She's out. I guess,
Yes.
so I'm home alone.
Yes.
Not seeing her today.
I'm here, but yes.
I've forgotten to eat again. I did
Got to eat again.
I did have lunch today, but I have forgotten to have tea. I don't know what it is.
If she leaves you, you're going to die.
Exactly. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, it will only be alcohol at that stage. That'll be it.
Anyway, should we move on to production?
Yeah.
And so far, dear listener, you may be thinking, they said they were mixing up the format. This is exactly the same as it always is. And yes, you're right. The changes will come, though. They will be subtle.
Yeah.
They will come. Okay, production.
We've got 19 sections left to go. Yeah, it's
true.
fine.
This is where you go like, oh, look, we're cracking through it. We're only an hour in.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. We've still... Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Director, Sam Mendes. Sir Sam Mendes. Directorial debut. All over the theatre stuff. He's got a solid little catalogue, actually, going on the movies now.
Sure, yeah.
Obviously, we talked about Spectre and Skyfall earlier on. But he did Road to Perdition after this.
I do like that film.
I think I underrate this. I remember not loving it at the time of seeing it.
Well,
I've not
okay,
seen
no
it
watch
since.
again. We'll do it on the podcast.
Yeah, I've not seen it since.
It sounds like an easy move.
Jarhead.
I've not seen that. It's a gap for me.
That's
That.
Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one,
I remember liking that, seeing that in the cinema. Revolutionary Road.
Not seen that.
Yeah. Away We Go. Not seen that.
No.
Skyfall, Spectre. 1917. I know you like 1917.
Yeah, 1917. Liked that.
And Empire of Light. Not seen it. Has Olivia Colman in it, so it'll probably be quite good.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah. Budget for this one, Carl. 15 million-ish.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
And globally, 356 million.
Yeah, decent return there.
130 million domestic, so not too shabby. Old Spielberg was involved in this, obviously, because it's DreamWorks. So he'd picked Sam Mendes and kind of mentored's probably the wrong word, but he was there to lend a helping hand and guidance. Said things such as, if you've got an idea at the end of the day and it costs money, don't worry about it, just do it. So, all right, cool. I wish I had a Steven Spielberg in my life.
Be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just to guide you along the way.
Yeah. What would you do with it?
What was with Spielberg?
Yeah.
Don't know. I mean, what would he guide me on? Let's face it.
Don't know. Would you? Yeah, exactly. Would you be like, finally got that fence sorted?
Yeah.
That's the sum total
You've
of your
been putting
achievements.
this off for months.
Yeah, been bankrolled by Steven Spielberg and have his guidance.
That driveway has been laid.
What do you think? Venetian or hit and miss? What are we going for?
Okay, I just missed it. Fair enough. What do you think about how this movie looks, Carl? You said it was all style over substance. So
yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It looks good. It is very arty. I do think style over substance, which is, a cliched descriptor at this point. But I do think it's.
What do you mean by arty?
It's true. They have a lot of long, drawn-out shots where nothing is happening. But you've just got Thomas Newman's score over the top. Fantastic score, by the way. Right. Could have sworn it was Shawshank. He's pulling a John Williams on us, isn't he? He's only got one tune.
But I thought just to skip onto the score just for a second, the music right from the start I found very distinctive, and now you've mentioned Shawshank, and now I'm not so sure. But
well, no, because there's two things, right? So they use pop music very well throughout the film. So they're singing in the car a lot of the time, or when he's walking into the house, or when he's working out. They're using those songs very, very well. The actual score bit is very plonky, slow, and contemplative. Very, very Shawshank. I mean, it sounds almost identical to the Brooks suicide bit in, or Brooks Was Here, I think it's called, in Shawshank.
So that's interesting. So I literally wrote it as I think this might be one of those where you could play it and you'd go like, this is American Beauty. But maybe not the case then if you're saying it's quite...
because what I did was I went, they've used this before. What film is this? And I went, I know, it's bloody Shawshank. And I looked it up and I went, oh, he did do Shawshank, so he has used it before. No, he hasn't. They're subtly different.
It's just,
yeah, it's a John Williams Hans Zimmer trick, right?
So I was going to say it was like it's very John Williams-esque in terms of like you know what it is straight away kind of thing.
Do I though?
But maybe not.
Do I? We played that game.
Yeah, but no, you did okay. Humbug.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No, so it's a great score, but there's a lot of these long shots. Nothing's happening. The story's not advancing. It is just to go vibes. That's what it's doing, right?
I don't think I noticed that at all.
Well, Simon.
Go on.
I put it to you that style over substance is definitively your bag. You are Mr. Style over substance, right? Because this is arguably the shallowest film that we've done, but you've lapped up the aesthetic and the soundtrack. There's other things, right? I think Whiplash has some very, very surface level messaging and some very unserious plot lines, but you were overwhelmed by its admittedly extremely stylish execution, right? Then we have Ad Astra, another film we've done, which for all the reasons we discussed on the pod, couldn't make a coherent point if all the space monkeys in the universe's lives depended on it. But again, it looks great. And Brad Pitt is all pensive and brooding with its pound shopping at a stellar soundtrack, and you've gone gaga for it, right? And even when we do a film that the film bros insist has some deeper meaning and layers, like No Country for Old Men, which you loved, you went, didn't get any of that, mate. No, just thought it looked cool. So I think maybe you're not Mr. Style over substance. You might be anti-substance. Sex change involved in that, maybe.
I can get on board. I can get on board with this. I've never had style. If I could be Mr. Style over substance, I'd be well happy with it.
I think you might be. I think so. For all the bloody thing. I mean, you've said on the pod before. You were like, do you remember when you said about voiceovers? You went, I'm not sure what I think about voiceovers, and then you went, oh, I hate voiceovers.
Yeah.
Again and again and again, and then you also said on the pod, you were like, oh, do you know what? Don't like these arty-farty films where it's just all like there's no substance to it. I don't know, mate. I think they might be your bag, to be honest, because I think you love the vibes, just better when they are very, very stylish and not really going anywhere and just very sort of, oh, that looks good. That sounds good.
I mean, you might have nailed it. I don't know. I need to do some self-reflection.
I mean, look,
be a bit too much substance for my liking, so maybe not. Look at myself in the mirror for a bit.
Don't think about it, mate. You like what you like, but yeah, no.
On the voiceover, though,
yeah,
this does break my what I thought was a rule as well for me, and I'm still overlooking it. So it's not only is a voiceover, it's a voiceover from a dead guy.
Yes, that's right.
How is he even doing this voice? Yeah. How does this even make sense? This doesn't make any sense.
Coming to you from beyond the grave.
Yeah. Which is funny because I read that originally, like the flying over scene at the start, kind of flying over the streets. Apparently, that was going to be like Kevin Spacey character, and then he was going to like land in bed kind of thing. It was going to be him flying over the thing. Excellent decision not to do that. That would have been ridiculous.
Well, that's interesting because my suspicion was that the voiceover didn't exist originally, and they've made the decision to do that later. But that actually suggests that the voiceover might have done, but it might have been more overtly whimsical. He's obviously dead. That doesn't matter because look at the...
Yeah, which he leads with the dead, right? So it's not like it's a mystery.
Yeah, but I mean, flying through the sky is a bit jumping the shark,
exactly.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So glad they didn't do that. But yeah, so even though it was the thing I should probably definitely say don't like. It's all right. Kevin Spacey's voice, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a good voice.
He's got a great voice.
The looks, though, but getting back to we're all over the shop here. It did remind me a bit of Donnie Darko. Thinking about Jake Gyllenhaal here, I don't know. There seemed to be a bit of a Donnie Darko aesthetic to it, and I couldn't put my finger on exactly what that was. And I was like, "Oh, who's a cinematographer?" No, not the same cinematographer. Nothing to do with that. Cinematographer is actually Conrad L. Hall, nominated 10 times for Oscars, won 3 times, including for this.
What's he done?
Loads of stuff.
Good, yeah, good.
Yeah, look it up. You got IMDb, people. Come on. But yeah, I like the look of it, but I couldn't really describe it very well. Which
I know. Again, I know.
I just like it.
Yeah.
Shiny.
All right, let's get into my other major production note. I think this is pretty fundamental. Have you read anything that Sam Mendes has got to say about this film?
No, I never read what the director says because they're all full of shit.
Okay. This is another smug moment for me. Because this is me going, this isn't right. This doesn't make sense. And then I read what the director's got to say and I go, aha, I was correct.
Go on then, lay it on me.
So he said, the movie you see is not the movie I thought I was shooting. I thought I was making a much more whimsical comic story, kaleidoscopic, almost like a Coen Brothers movie. And what I found in the cutting room was much more emotional, haunting animal than I had imagined. So he has completely changed tack. So they've shot this silly thing, which is why I'm not surprised to hear you talk about the voiceover thing, right, with him flying through the sky, because they are over the top. And why I wasn't surprised, or why I felt validated when I go, Kevin Spacey feels like he's a different movie, because he is committing to the over-the-top sort of silliness of it, because that's the film they thought they were going to make. And then they get to the edit, and they go, no, this is deep. So that's when they try lay it on thick, and they go, let's make it contemplative. I'm assuming here, right, based on what I said. We'll have these drawn out shots when nothing happens, but we'll put the soundtrack over the top of it. That's great. We'll emphasize all the dark parts of it because there's a really harrowing story here, and it doesn't work for me because it's like it isn't deep because you didn't put the legwork in to make it deep.
Yeah,
you didn't develop the characters. You didn't, and you said about what's her name, the wife of the Colonel,
Caroline. Oh, the Colonel.
She must have had a lot of scenes cut, probably because they were silly. And they realised that, that's no longer in keeping with the tone we're going for. We need to just keep the bit where she's broken because that's the harrowing story. That's the deep bit of this. Yeah, and I don't think it's worked. And I think you can kind of see that because it doesn't work as a deep film for me because, like I said, they didn't put the legwork in. But it is still a bit muddled. And I also didn't find it. I know you had fun with it. This is where the source of our disagreement, I think. I didn't find it fun at all because I'm watching, fuck me, this is boring. This is weird. This is, something's not right here, you know? I think it's probably going to come back to that.
Yeah, definitely didn't find it boring. And the deep thing is a strange one because there's obviously like satirical parts to it in terms of looking at, that American thing of, everything looks beautiful, but inside everything's falling to shit, and you've got a completely dysfunctional thing.
Loads of that.
No, there's little bits of it. That's all there is.
The voiceover is doing most of the heavy lifting on that, which obviously they've done afterwards. There's a couple of scenes he's talking about the couch. It's just a fucking couch. This isn't living. You care more about things than whatever.
Yeah.
But that was probably shot with, this will be funny. She falls out of her couch. It probably was never intended to make this deep commentary on consumerism. But then they try retrofit that in the edit and then probably with the voiceover.
So I'll push back.
Fucking lapped up on.
I'll push back a little bit on that because this was originally written or conceived as a play.
Yes.
Now, anyone who's writing a play is probably layering on some level of
I can explain that.
Things like that.
So this has got two screenwriters.
Oh, right, okay. There's the main guy who
Alan something, I can't remember his name. He wrote it initially. He was the one that conceived it as a play.
Bull?
Sam Mendes comes on later and does rewrites and tweaks it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does this idea exist? Yeah, it probably does. But that's not how Sam... And I think that Alan Guy actually said that. He thought it was a tragic story from the off. That's how he wrote it, yeah. So that was in there at some point. But then Sam Mendes comes along. He does his rewrites. He thinks that's not it at all. I'm going to write it. I'm going to tweak it to this. And then crucially, whatever the bloody screenplay says, he goes and shoots it and directs it a certain way. And then it's only till after he sort of goes, oh yeah, maybe there is that there. And he's got to try and retrofit it, you know? So, okay, like we can talk about, or maybe there was a kernel of that idea to begin with. For me, it does not come across very well at all on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get that it was trying to be particularly deep. It's interesting because I wrote, what I like to do is write little notes of potential things that angles you might come at.
Yes.
Just to see if I'm right. Trying to be more than it is what I wrote. Is sort of, that trying to get a depth where it's not necessarily there. Smug, simplistic, and pleased with itself.
Yep. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. Jot that down for one.
The intro, I think I was like, yes, nailed it. And a couple other things you've not mentioned yet, so I won't mention them.
Oh, I'll get there.
But yeah, I think the fact that it was originally conceived as a play makes sense in terms of how it is shot, and the fact there's obviously no big set pieces or anything like that. You could imagine this being set on a stage in a way, in that it's done right in terms of its.
Yeah, I mean they're mostly in living rooms and bedrooms.
Exactly.
Aren't they?
Yeah. And I think I've got a bit of a weakness for like movies that are
style over substance, mate.
plays and things like.
No, all right, plays, yeah.
Movies.
Let's not brush off all plays with style over
movies
substance.
are like play like or things like that, where it's basically just people talking to each other and having that dialogue, everything. 12 Angry Men, for example.
Oh, it's great.
Love to see that on stage, by the way.
Yeah, amazing.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be good.
Do you reckon they're doing that anywhere?
Somebody must be doing that somewhere.
Go see that.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the particular depth thing apart from the light sort of satire side of it. A lot of it is, I think I'm agreeing with you, it's right there. What they're saying is right there. The character, they lay out the character very simply. The character is as shown, as introduced. Like they introduced the Colonel, as this. They introduced the main character as that. They introduced the wife character. It's all very plain and on display, and you have the voiceover to help that as well. And I didn't find that a problem, but I guess
so the problem
if you're
is
seeing it as trying to be deep, then fair enough.
It's not is it trying to be deep? It's like, for me, it ends up being stuck between two things, right? Because Sam Mendes thinks he's doing one thing, and he's written it and shot it to be funny, and then he's essentially bailed on that idea and gone, now we've got to try and show all that as being deep. And it ends up stuck between two things, and it works neither way for me. Now, there's two conflicting notes here. These are callbacks from what we discussed earlier. Mm-hmm. So would sleazy work, right? You're saying about like Kevin Spacey, would sleazy work? So sleazy is how the original screenwriter. Do you know his actual name? Is it Alan? Is it Alan? No,
Alan Ball.
Is it actually Alan?
It's Alan Ball.
No, but not that Alan Ball.
I'd be very surprised if it was that Alan Ball.
He wrote it initially. Kevin Spacey fucks her.
Oh really?
Yeah, he goes through with it. Right. Because, presumably we are supposed to hate this guy, and he's been driven to this, and that's the tragedy of all this, and it's ridiculous. Sam Mendes obviously did not want that because he's shooting his whimsical comedy, which is why then I'm not surprised that Chevy Chase was in the running for this, because he goes, I want the National Lampoon's guy who can't hold the family together and it's all farce unfolding around you sort of thing. Yeah. That's what he was. I'm not surprised to hear that at all. And it needs to sort of back one of those two horses. And I'm never sure. I'm not sure if you can ever go, well, having shot it one way, we're going to back the other one now. I just don't think that works. It doesn't. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the anger coming from. I'm struggling a minute, but we'll see if I can get there.
Yeah.
Just on the other sort of shots, iconic. Is this the right use of the word? Do you reckon iconic rose petals falling down that?
Oh, I did have a note on that.
Yeah.
The falling down. Which was the falling down?
So he's lying in bed, looking up at the ceiling, and the rose petals are kind of falling down, and she's in the bath or whatever it is.
The falling down wasn't as stupid as the ones coming out of her blouse.
Right. Some of them didn't particularly have aged very well.
No, it wasn't, but that was also like silly. So when they were just on the bed, and then at one point he goes to kiss her in his dreams, and he pulls one out of his mouth, right? Those things, that was sort of like, oh, okay, right. There's some aesthetic. I don't know what the symbolism of the rose petals is, but there's some sort of
the American Beauty. It's a particular type of rose where it's all style over substance. It doesn't smell. It just looks really good, but it doesn't smell. So that's what it's going for.
I mean, yeah, he should have opened with that, because is the film more self-aware than I give it?
Yeah, it's meant to be. The whole thing of what it's going for is that suburban thing, right, where it's the external of it looks great, it looks brilliant, but underneath there's nothing there.
Yeah. So those bits I didn't mind. When they were falling down or coming out of the chest, it's like, I mean, this is a bit silly now, isn't it? Like,
it's iconic though. Like it's penetrated.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not pushing it for it on the classics collection. Don't worry.
Well, I mean, because if we do that, then we have to do Crash, and we can't do that. Yeah.
Have you got anything more on production, Carl?
Yeah. So just one thing. Oh, no, I've already said that. Never mind.
Did you know, Carl, that this film and The Silence of the Lambs was the only Best Picture winners in the 1990s not to be a period piece?
Oh, wow.
So like 10 years, 8 of them were period pieces. That's so Oscars, isn't it?
Very Oscars.
Oh, you're setting the past and you're wearing a costume.
Yeah.
Best Picture.
I don't think we picked up on that when we did our...
What years did we do?
Was it 95 to
94 to
99?
90.
94 to 99, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we picked up on that. But
Definitely mentioned some sort of thing about costumes, but no, didn't
Oh, we know they lap it up, but I don't think we picked up that
No.
every single one of them.
No.
Yeah, well,
There we go.
what a mistake that was.
Indeed. What a mistake to make. Right. So you'll still notice that nothing has changed about our format as we move on to the game. American Beauties.
Do I need my list here?
Yeah, get your phone out. So this is a movie reveal game, but instead of a movie reveal game, it's a person reveal game. Okay? So I have chosen 5 American Beauties, actresses, American actresses, and you have certain clues that you can reveal to identify who they are.
I mean, this feels like a trap to lure me into being a massive misogynist here. And I'm aware that I've already said Laura Linney's fit as fuck. But she is.
These are all people who categorically, like literally no one could say they are not beautiful people. Okay? They are just
people. Yeah.
They are beautiful people.
Or he.
Or yeah, indeed. So you can pick their year of birth for 5 points.
That's not going to help much.
Their highest rated movie on Letterboxd for 5 points. Their lowest rated movie on Letterboxd for 5 points.
Okay.
And now from IMDb, they list like 4 movies that they are known for.
Yeah.
So you have the known for 1, known for 2, known for 3, or known for 4. So 4 movies they're known for, each worth 15. Because for some, I don't know what order IMDb used, but it definitely isn't most to least well known.
But they cost more points.
They all, because yes, they do
Okay.
cost more. I tweaked this based on what the results were, based on how easy it would be for you to actually.
Okay.
And then Oscar nominations / wins as well. So
Yeah.
it's how many wins and how many nominations and how many wins they've had. And then if you're really struggling, their initials.
Right. What's the top tier?
Top tier,
How many
above
points do I
90.
need? Above
90 and above.
Right. Okay, fine.
Okay, so you can't just go straight for initials.
Yeah.
Don't
no.
want you doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Carl, there's 5 of these.
Yep.
Which number do you want to start at?
Well, as you know, it's completely arbitrary. So number 1.
Fine.
Thank you, Noel.
Okay. Go ahead. Which one would you like to go with first?
I
for
would
our
like-
first American Beauty.
The highest rated movie on Letterboxd.
The Prestige.
It's not Christian Bale. Bless him.
No. Okay, just to be clear, when I say American Beauties, they're hot women.
They are all women, right? Okay. It's a problem because now I need to remember the female lead in The Prestige. Oh,
Doesn't mean she's the lead.
dear.
Could just be in it.
Yeah, well, she could just be in it. Now I need to remember any females from The Prestige.
I was surprised that this person was in it. Let's put it that way.
All right, so she's not even the lead. Okay, cool.
I've not seen The Prestige for a while, to be fair. I need to rewatch it.
Right, well, I guess I'll have to go with the lowest rated movie on Letterboxd.
It's not going to help you.
No.
The Spirit.
No, it's not going to help me. I don't want to go initials, but then I should go initials because the known for on IMDb's are only 5 points less than the initials.
Yeah, but you want to...
Yeah, I think as if I've exposed a flaw in your game there. Give me the initials.
SJ.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of beautiful people in the world, though, Carl. That's the problem.
I literally can't think of an actress. Let's go for known for number 1.
Her.
No, not seen it. Known for number 2.
I need to keep track of this. Hold on. I thought you might have gone
Well, let's just say I've stacked it, right?
Lost in translation.
Oh, no, surely. Oh, for God's sake. It's Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, yes. Well done. So let me just top up your score for that one. So you did
40, 60 points.
You lost 60 points.
I lost 60 points, yeah. I've only got 40.
So 40, that gets you a score of... Oh, I should have put this on after everyone. I've got to scroll all the way to the bottom. Black Beauty.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a horse, you know.
Yeah,
It's
fine.
Yeah. Which number do you want to go for next, Carl?
I think I'll go for number 2.
Number 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Off you go.
Well, let's have the highest rated movie on Letterboxd.
The Player.
Yeah, not seen that. Let's have the lowest rated movie on Letterboxd.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's a useless category, that.
It's 5 points. There's a reason it's 5 points, Carl.
Right, let's give me the initials again because I think that's more valuable than...
JR.
Julie Roberts.
Well done. So 30 points. I mean, the initials were there just as a backup for you. But it's fine. You can.
Well, you should have scored them higher then, shouldn't you?
20. I mean, that's quite high. So that scores you a rating of Armenian Beauty.
Okay.
Yep. Happy with that score?
I mean, more than the last one. Yep.
Okay. Which number do you want to go for next, Carl?
I think I'll mix things up and go for number 3.
Okay. Off you go.
We'll have one last run at this. I'll have the highest rated movie on Letterboxd.
John Wick, Chapter 3.
Yeah, I've not seen that. So let's cut straight to the fucking initials.
HB.
Halle Berry.
Correct. Halle Berry.
Yeah,
You're making a
good.
mockery of the game, Carl.
Yeah, well...
This is a movie-related game. You're meant to go through the movie questions because that is how people play
your
along at home
scoring
for the
is
movie-related
whack,
thing.
mate. This is not my problem.
Okay, so for Halle Berry, you scored 75. You cheating little bastard.
I'm playing by the rules.
You're not playing in the spirit of the game, which scores you a score of American Beauty. Okay.
Oh, good.
So I've mixed things up now because you're not playing in the spirit of the game and ruining it for everyone at home. So now, instead of initials being worth 20, initials of their partner is worth 20.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's not going to help you now, is it? You have to stick to the film ones now, don't you, bitch?
I mean, that should be like 5.
Nope. 20, because I can't bother to update all the other scores.
Right, okay.
Okay, so off you go for number, I assumed 4, but, surprised me.
Yeah, number 4, yeah.
Okay, cool. Go for it.
Oh, fucking hell. And the top tier's what?
90.
90?
Yeah.
Well, I've got to go with these stupid fucking letterbox ones again, haven't I? What's the next tier down? 90 to what?
We've got 75 to 90.
75. Okay. Right, okay. Yeah, give me the letterbox ones.
Which one do you want first?
Yeah, the top one. Well, I mean, both. It doesn't make a difference, does it?
Well,
You know, so give me both. No, it literally doesn't because it's still the top tier. So.
Yeah, but it might make a difference whether you know it or not.
Yeah, but whether 90, 95, it's the same reward.
Yeah, but it's a higher score.
Yeah, but
you're in competition with yourself, Carl, not the tiers. Come on.
Right, okay. Let's have the highest letterboxd.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, I've not fucking seen it, have I?
That's not really my problem, is it?
Unless
Seems like a you
that's
problem.
unless that's Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, initials would have been killer on that one. Who's her husband as well? Isn't he a bit older than her? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because I can't go.
She's not in that film. Don't worry about it.
Oh, good, right.
Different Mad Max.
Yeah. You said, all right, okay. Which one? She's Furiosa.
Furiosa.
Isn't she? Yeah. Okay, no idea who's in that. So let's go for the lowest rated film on Letterboxd.
The Last Face.
The Last Face.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Never heard
Let's go for Known for 3. Yeah. How'd you like them apples?
This will help you. Mad Max Fury Road.
Any advance on Anya Taylor-Joy? Are we sure she wasn't in that?
That worked very well. Okay.
All right. Fucking hell. Let's go for. Oh, what a prick. Known for number 1.
Monster.
Not her again.
Her again? Who?
Halle Berry's in Monster, isn't she? But no, hang on. Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron. You were thinking Monsters Ball.
Monsters Ball.
Yes, so Charlize Theron, yes. So you scored 10, 25, 40. So that scores you a score of 60, which gets you back in Armenian Beauty. No offense to Armenians.
Yeah, where's this come from?
I don't know. Just sounds like American a little bit. That was all.
What you're saying is Armenians only slightly more attractive than a horse.
The horse.
Yeah, is that what we're saying?
Hey, Black Beauty is a beautiful horse.
Yeah, okay.
So come on. All right, number 5 to finish things off. Then, Carl, off you go.
Yeah, I mean, fucking highest rated movie on Letterboxd.
Oh, okay. This might actually help you. Girl Interrupted.
Oh no, I've not seen it, mate.
You have to have seen him to know who's in it, though.
Lowest rated movie on Letterboxd.
Cyborg 2.
No.
If you knew that, I'd give you the boat myself.
No, I mean, this feels like an older one. Okay, 75. Yeah, no, can't do that. Balls. Right, give me a known for 3.
Sorry. Changeling.
Thank God for that.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, is it herself? What were the Letterboxd films?
Girl Interrupted and Cyborg 2.
It could be her, couldn't it?
Ooh.
Brad Pitt's ex. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, what's her name? Tomb Raider. What's her fucking name? John Voight's daughter.
It's not helpful.
No, it's not, is it? I probably know her fucking husband's name. Oh shit, what is her name? All joking aside.
Come on, you can do it. You know what would be really helpful here? Initials. But unfortunately, you ruined it for yourself.
Wouldn't have been the spirit of the game, would it? Oh, fucking Angelina Jolie.
There we go. Well done.
I had to go back to Brad Pitt there.
Yeah. Don't we all? Right. 75. So American Beauty. So you missed out on the top rating there of You Beauty. But you didn't go to the worst one, which was... the second to worst one was second prize in a beauty contest. Collect $10. Or Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did all right. You did less well once you stopped. In
principle, love the game. Scoring system, bag of shit. Flawed, I would say. Flawed.
Okay. All right. Let's end it there, and we'll move on to the plot. And here we are with the plot. So, Carl, I played a little funsies because I know sometimes you like to ask me, like, what's this film about? And I always struggle. So I thought, I'll ask AI, see what crap it comes out with. So here we go. It's a darkly satirical drama that unravels the facade of suburban perfection. That's easy for me to say. Exploring themes of longing, identity, and disillusionment. It delves into the complexities of beauty, desire, and the pursuit of meaning in life's ordinary moments.
It wishes.
I primarily use that to try and get like a little intro description thing, and it didn't help because I didn't agree with a lot of it, apart from the darkly satirical drama part, which I was like, oh, that's fine. There's some dark bits, there's some satire in it, and there is some drama, so I went for that. But yeah, as I said, like there is there's aspects of the satire part, but apart from that, yeah. Right, plot, Carl. Where do you want to start with plot?
All right. I've written down, his wife is a cunt. But we don't really get to find out why she's like that. Maybe she was always a cunt. We don't really know.
He says not.
We don't really know because she's a woman, and so the film isn't actually interested with exploring it.
Oh! Bingo!
Yeah.
Sorry, that was the other one.
Give yourself another pat on the back.
Yeah.
And let me move on to his daughter is a brat. We don't really get to find out why. Maybe she was always a brat. But we don't know because she's a woman, and so the film isn't interested with exploring why. You can have another one. His boss is a dickhead. Wow, what a searing piece of societal commentary that is.
Not his boss, technically, but okay.
Well, he blames the boss for hiring the person because they're too shallow or too cowardly to do it themselves.
Yeah, but that's just done for the jokes and for the laughs, isn't it? Yeah. There's a couple of really good scenes with him in it.
And because of all of that, he's fed up, so he decides to become a paedophile.
Yeah.
And that is first hour and 20 of this film. And then from the gay kiss onwards, finally something fucking happens.
Not a lot happens after the gay kiss.
No, well, it's right at the end, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
He essentially gets shot in the head. That's basically the only thing that happens.
Yeah. But, just boring. And I wonder, again, like we come back to, so serious point, I wonder if we come back to, we talk about the edit and him changing gears. And I wonder if he'd stuck to his guns, there'd be a lot more silliness. There'd be less of those drawn-out shots and musical pieces, and there'd be a lot more silliness, and maybe there'd be more fun to be had. And then you go, well, it doesn't matter that these characters are shallow, because they're just there to laugh at.
That's what I
You
got.
know what I mean, yeah. Well, I know you got that.
I get this film.
Yeah.
You just missed it completely. That's your problem.
Yeah, look, maybe it's me that's at fault. I think you should reserve that for a film where we don't find out that the director's done a massive fucking 180 or been booted off it.
That's what he says.
And yeah. Been booted off it for someone else to come in a la Ad Astra. But yeah. Look, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, damn right.
It happens.
All right, let's walk through as we like to do. So we said at the start straight with the reveal that he'll be dead.
Yeah.
Within a year. Teases with that little video recording about the daughter wanting him dead and stuff. I wrote down like halfway through, go, oh, is this a little soft whodunit? It's like who is it? Is it going to be the wife? Is it going to be the daughter? Is it going to be the boyfriend of the daughter? Is it going to be the
original screenwriter wanted to show the court case and
make it a whole thing
and show that, and I think it was Annette Bening was going to get it pinned on her.
Ooh.
And her life was going to go.
Yeah, that would have been unnecessary.
But again, because he wants to double down on, wow, what a catastrophe, everything's gone wrong, nobody's won out of this sort of thing. There might have even been a suicide in there, you know. Did Colonel Fitz commit suicide? I don't know, could be making that up. But yeah, it was Sam Mendes that wanted to leave it more ambiguous.
I mean, it's not ambiguous.
It
literally shows him covered in blood. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I guess the suggestion is, will he get away with it, and could Annette Bening get framed for it, sort of thing. Because she went in there with the intent to kill, and she's got the gun in hand and all that. But yeah, I mean, you don't really know.
No. It would have been weird if it had carried on for another like half an hour of a court case afterwards. I mean,
yeah.
Lester starts off completely pathetic. Does he become less pathetic, or just a different kind of pathetic?
Yeah, I think they intend to create some pathos for him, which we'll come on to in changes.
Odd to create pathos for a character who...
and I think that's ultimately why Sam Mendes steers him away from shagging her, going through with it. Because in that moment, he suddenly becomes like Dad again.
Yeah.
It's like, what have I done? You're just a kid. And he's there for her. Which, again, it doesn't vibe with me on the whole, this was supposed to be fun or deep. Pick a fucking lane.
Why can't we be both? Why can't we have fun depth?
Well, maybe you can do both if that's what you set out to do, rather than trying to retrofit it. That would be my observation on that. Yeah, so I do think they try create some pathos with him. So the rest of the characters are all really, really one-dimensional, and I think Sam Mendes wants us to feel for Lester. Which, you know, broken record, very on brand for Movie the Needle, which again I think is rooted in this decision to go, when he then tries to retrofit and make it deep, that's why it doesn't work with the other characters, because they were never intended to be deep. They were always the foil for Lester to play off against, because we're supposed to feel for Lester. Whereas maybe it would play better if they were better developed, or Lester's a cunt, like one of the two. Which is what the original screenwriter wanted with him going through with it. I don't know, but yeah.
So I've got some things to sort of shout out. So Annette Bening's character cleaning the house maniacally, you know, in her undergarments, wanting that success no matter what, because success equals happiness. Did think at the time, estate agents actually doing something to earn money, is this an American thing? Because it certainly doesn't happen in the UK.
Absolutely not. I mean, they're all liars, aren't they?
But they do it, and literally, it's like, I want a 3-bedroom house. It's got to be here. You interested in this 2-bedroom house in a different area? No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Do you want to show me this house? No, we don't work Saturdays. The owner will have to show you. Cool. What is your purpose in life?
Yeah. We had one show us round, and it was a kitchen diner sort of layout, right? I was like, could you fit a table there? It doesn't look like you could fit a table there. And they were like, "Oh yeah, but like, think what a good entertaining space this is because you've got the downstairs toilet at the end there, and then the doors open up to the back garden. That's great. It's a really good selling point. You won't find much of that in this sort of price range." And I went, "Yeah, but I don't think you can fit a table there." And they went, "Oh, you will." So I whip out my tape measure. I went, "No, you can't." And they went, "Oh, well, you could just knock out the downstairs toilet, get rid of that."
What about the entertaining space?
Yeah, it's like a minute ago. That was. We were going to pay top dollar for this on the basis of that. Yeah, charlatans, the lot of them.
I did quite enjoy where he, I said at the start, where he gets offered the chance to get high with Ricky, and he's just so happy. And then when they go and do that scene where he just gets that uncontrollable giggling, I think he does that so well.
Not scripted.
And it goes some really good lines throughout as well. Yeah, not scripted. He just started giggling, which made Wes Bentley giggle. And who needs to act, You do start to see the change in Lester,
yeah,
and the sort of personal glee he's getting from his actions of not really caring.
Defiance.
Yeah, exactly. And then, which leads ultimately to his snapping at the dinner table and the asparagus, which he was meant to throw on the floor, not at the wall.
another unscripted bit.
Hence the reactions. I feel like, whoa, shit.
So that's the second unscripted bit, and we both know there's a third coming up that we're going to talk about.
Is there?
I saw a clip this week of William H. Macy.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about making films, and he said he once had an actress on a film that he'd written and was directing. And he said, "I always think it's the director's job to be funny. The actor has got a job to do. They've got to deliver the material right to the best of their ability. But it's the director's job to be funny." I said, I once worked with this actress that I won't name. She's a great actress, but she was ad-libbing all of these lines, right? And I sort of went up to her in between takes and went, "You're really funny." She said, "Oh, thanks. I'm just trying out something." And he went, "You should write a movie." She said, "Yeah, well, I've been kind of thinking about that, actually, because, I'd like to get into that." And he went, "Yeah, well, I wrote this fucking movie, so why don't you read out what's on the script?"
Nice.
And I wonder how William H. Macy would have taken to Kevin Spacey in this film, going off, ad-libbing all the time.
Was he ad-libbing lines, or was he just ad-libbing, like, things? Rather than...
he ad-libs lines in a scene that we'll come on to, I'm sure.
Why are we coming onto it? Oh, right, I see. Yes, got you, sorry.
Yeah. Why are we coming onto it?
Yes. A couple of scenes I wanted to point out. So the seduction on the sofa, where you think like, oh, they're trying to get their attraction back to each other, get their relationship back to it. He's kind of like a bit freewheeling, drinking a beer. He's trying to seduce her a little bit. And then she gets worried about him spilling the beer on the expensive sofa, and he flips out. But it's funny because there's a couple of points there. One where he flips out at her there, and the other where he kind of says the wrong thing to his daughter as well. And you see that he does do the regret of just like, oh,
yes,
like, oh, that's not, shit. Like this freewheeling version of me is good for some things, but actually,
genuinely, it's not
a bit of a human bit there.
It's not a joke about the woman thing. I know you had that on your bingo card, but it's not a joke. The film is not interested in exploring why Annette Bening is frustrated. Her character just exists to needle Lester. That's all it's there for.
I think her character is primarily there. Well, you've got that angle obviously as well, but it's primarily there to emphasize the style over substance. The exterior not matching the interior. The
of course it doesn't
equals happiness.
But we're not supposed to care about her and what she's going through. It's all, how does that affect Lester and how's he dealing with that?
It's through his perspective.
Likewise, the daughter, and like you've said, he goes back to the dad or the husband at points. The daughter, we're not supposed to care why she's got where she's got. The film doesn't explore it. She just exists to needle Lester, to be another problem for Lester. And from a comedic point of view, you've enjoyed that. That's fine. It can work. That can work. That lack of development can work. From a deep point of view, and I know that you don't see it as deep. Many people do. It doesn't work because you haven't explored it. You haven't done the groundwork to go, well, why are they like this? And so
Next scene, the blowjob scene. In a blowjob scene by Fitz. It's almost like a little screwball comedy little moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
But weirdly, that one's not played for laughs.
Well,
at all.
Yeah, probably was until the edit.
Yeah. Incidentally, a double attached garage. Oh, it's the dream, isn't it?
I know.
Oh.
That's one of the worst things about how smug this film is when it goes like... It essentially says, I can't remember what the exact line is, but the line is essentially, oh, it'll happen to us all. Right. It's like, what will happen to me? I'll get bored and want to fuck a child? No, unlikely. I'll get an amazing severance package from my really high-paid job and a chance to start again? No, that's not going to happen. I'll have to sit around my fucking mansion drinking beer up? No, unlikely.
That's just an American thing, full stop, though, isn't it? They all live in mansions.
Yeah, but it's that thing of like, oh, you can all relate to this. No, I cannot, actually, as it goes. I've got a question for you, plot-wise. Why does the daughter keep her cunt mate around?
Oh, because she's insecure. So she needs her...
The daughter's insecure?
Yeah, of course.
More insecure than a cunt mate?
Well, no, she's also insecure, but that's why they have each other for those two reasons. She wants to feel superior. The Mina Savari character wants to feel superior, so she keeps her around. Yeah. And she wants to be with a popular kid and stuff because she's insecure of...
Yeah. Well, she comes across as very popular, I don't think.
Who?
Mina Savari, her character.
Well, I don't know. Doesn't really delve into that.
No, doesn't it? No.
But yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
Got anything else?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the tits.
Sure. Which ones?
Well, there's only one set that come out, isn't there?
No, two.
Oh, yeah, there is, but she's of age. That's fine.
Wait, what?
Mina Savari.
Is she? Is she?
In real life, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. She's of age. Yeah. What do you think about all that? You think that was necessary?
Necessary. I mean,
what's that doing for the plot? I guess is the more relevant question.
Is it trying to show her increased confidence and comfort in her own skin to do that? I guess would be the aim for it.
Yeah, but why do the audience need to see them?
No, well, that's the thing. You could have shown her doing it, kind of thing, but then just cut to a reaction shot of him going, "For lads."
Yeah, because I don't know. Well, he doesn't actually, does he? To the point is he's not interested in her tits, which we see afterwards, which is kind of why I think you can sort of sum this movie up by the tits, because it thinks it's necessary to show them, because it could just display to the viewer that she's flashing him, but it's not really bothered with why she might be doing that, how he might perceive that, yada yada yada, because that's not what we're doing.
You prefer like Schrodinger's tits?
No, it's literally going tits. That's what this film is. It's like, oh, you didn't expect that, did you? Hey, oh, you look at the tits, and again, it comes back to that thing of like, we want to sort of shock you and show you something, rather than serving the actual story or the development of any of these characters, because it's completely unnecessary. And when you find out she's underage, and I know that you can sort of go, well, you don't want to hold those offset production issues against a film. Nevertheless, it's still something they really, really wanted to do, and they easily could not have done.
Yeah.
They were so attached to it that they go, no, we'll make a parent sign a release.
As if we got rid of the gratuitous nudity and
for this one,
clearly got
yeah. And
again, I agree with what you say. I know what they were I think I know what they were going for. They could have achieved that in a different way by just not showing it and alluding to it anyway. So
yeah, and that's what we did, because I don't think that they could have achieved it in a different way, because the point is we reel back in our chairs and go, oh, we've seen them. We need to see them. I think that's what this is doing, because this film is all about speaking to its audience in aesthetics more than it is actual plotline, character development, all the rest of it. There we go.
Any other scenes you want to call out there?
I don't think so, other than perhaps the whacking off scene.
Oh, the masturbating in bed one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Yeah, so apparently Spacey improvised 35 phrases like the ones he used in the film.
Yeah.
A few good ones. I could have had him go on for longer though.
What's your favourites?
I mean, how many can you name, do you reckon? How many could you come up with?
I don't know if he's once he said, but I mean, I could come up with a fair few. Spanking the monkey.
Yeah.
Did he say that one?
No, I don't think he did. No. Hand to gland combat.
Hand to gland. I like that. Yeah. Jerking off. That's a classic.
Yeah. 5 knuckle shuffle.
Yes. In the same ballpark. Cavorting with Madame Palm and the 5 lovely daughters.
Nice. Yeah. Pounding the flounder.
Nice. Don't mind it. Tickle the pickle. You having that?
Yeah. Nice. Jiggle the joystick.
Yeah.
Pumping the python.
Have we done wanking?
Yeah, that's not the same.
And of course, hand shandy.
Hand shandy, nice. There we go. You out?
Yeah, I think I'm probably out there. Yeah.
All right, we move on to any changes. So a section where we each come up with up to 3 changes. How many do you have, Carl?
Oh, I've got the full 3, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. I've got 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah. So you go with your one first.
Okay. I think if you're going for the Coen Brothers vibe, whimsical sort of thing, whatever the merits of that, you need to ramp up the absurdities a little bit. And I suspect there probably was some there that they've cut out when they've changed tack. I think you'd also need to ditch a bit of the soundtrack and the sort of arty-farty shots, because I think you need to change the vibe and steer it back more towards the comedy side of it, I think.
All right. So my half is, I should say remove the voiceover of the dead person, but I'm going to be inconsistent as it might actually work because it's Spacey.
He's got a great voice. And we'll come on to his voice later in the data. Second one. My last 2 are kind of different interpretations of the same thing. So if you go in the other way, if you are going to insist that this is dark and deep, if you're going to make it sort of like, the trappings and what have you of middle-class consumerism, as it hints at, if you're going to keep it shallow, like they have done for reasons, you've got to drop the relatable angle, and it has to be more of a takedown, which means you need to come out of it like viscerally hating these people, so that when it all goes fucking tits up at the end, you sort of go, yeah, that's all right, I don't mind that. And I think that falls over with Lester, because they do try
and make you care.
Yeah, they do try and make you care about Lester, yeah. Because I suspect, again, in the whimsical comedy,
he's the hero.
Yeah, you're always supposed to care about
Which
Lester.
is a very uncomfortable hero to have.
Yeah. So, yeah, and honestly, he probably needs to shag her. He probably needs to go through with it as well. Because you need to come out hating him and go, wow, how poisonous is all of that. And that's the only, you've kept it light. You've kept it shallow, so you just got to be nasty. If you're going shallow, got to be nasty.
So my number 1 change is to actually remove the Colonel Fitz being so obviously a repressed gay dad.
It's a proper trope, that, isn't it?
But following through with the kiss and everything, and just go just infer it strongly if you like, but you don't have to put it right out there, and make it so undeniably the case.
Yeah, it's a proper trope. All homophobes are actually
it's a bit
homosexual.
Exactly, and I just thought it was a little bit lazy. With it, so I don't think the rest of it. I didn't find the rest of it particularly lazy. I thought it was laying it all out there quite obviously and simply. It's just like, this is this character, this is this character, this is this character, and I thought with that one, it just didn't need to. You've already got that character built as a homophobe, as a military type. It's very strict, very authoritarian and stuff. You don't need to then go, oh yeah, but really he's a closeted gay as well. Yeah, it's like you could have just implied it just with other ways, and it maybe would have made the ending a bit more surprising as well in that case as well.
I've got to say I was reasonably surprised at the kiss.
Oh no, it's well,
because I'd forgotten. And then when it happens, I was like, oh, right, I thought he was just going to kill him right here. But again,
Well, maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe they.
Well, yeah, but
was the...
I was sort of in the mood of, oh my God, this is so boring. And I was like, oh finally, something's happened. But I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe that was it. They were trying to shake you off kind of thing of going, oh, he's going to kill him. Oh, wait, no, he's going to kiss him. And then someone else kills him.
Who's going to kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Numero uno?
Yeah, and this isn't my change, but if they did want the ending to be ambiguous, there probably needed to be a bigger gap in between him getting shot and then you seeing her coming home.
Yeah.
Anyway. So sticking with, okay, you're going along the deep thing. Like I said, if you're going to keep it shallow, you've got to hate them and you've got to hate them all. And find some catharsis or whatever in that. The other way, if you don't want to hate them and you want to feel for them, you have to do a lot more to set them up as people and flesh out the characters. And that includes Lester. I know there's some of that, but that includes Lester. But I need to understand why the wife is so resentful of her husband. I need to understand why the daughter's such a brat. And like you're saying, even with the Colonel, why is he so prejudiced, and how deep is the effect that that's had on his son, rather than just painting him out as a straight-up weirdo. And it doesn't bother trying, and I understand why it didn't bother trying, because that isn't what it was going for in the first place. But if you are going to go deep and you don't want to hate them, it's necessary.
Alrighty. Okay, let's move on to the data section. So this is the change in format, slight change in moving things around. So we're going to go through the data. Let's see if this works. So IMDb rating 8.3, number 79, the top 250 movies of all time.
Deary me.
Bang on. Letterboxd 4.0. Metascore 84. Now, this is where we somewhat fall down on our new format. Do we do our ratings now, or do we do our ratings later?
Well, no, it's okay, because I can tell you
what your initial rating.
What my initial rating was when I rated it last year.
Rating?
It was 2 stars.
2 stars. My initial rating 4 stars. 4 stars. Nominations-wise, I talked about some of its Oscars success. So it had 5 wins plus 3 other nominations which it didn't win. So this was the 1999 to 2000 Oscars. So Best Picture, it won. Beat off Green Mile, Insider, and Sixth Sense. Now, I've got a feeling The Insider would have been your pick there.
Yes.
For that one. Green Mile, what's your thoughts on Green Mile?
I don't mind Green Mile. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I don't mind Green Mile.
I watched it a lot, and it was like 3 hours long. I watched it loads.
Yeah, don't mind it. Having watched The Insider recently, I feel confident in saying it's nowhere near as good as The Insider. And I think that's the travesty here, as you rightly point out.
The Green Mile, there was a thing on Bluesky of post, like, the biggest movie villain or whatever, and the guy from Green Mile, like the little runty thing, I was just like, oh, it's a great shout. He's a great villain. Best Actor, beat out Crow for The Insider, plus some others. Yeah. Best Director won, Original Screenplay won, and Cinematography won. The ones that didn't get, so Annette Bening didn't win the Best Actress, lost out to Hilary Swank for Boys Don't Cry. Did win the BAFTA. Also lost out on editing and score.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought score might have been up there. I didn't see what
editing is pretty key to the aesthetic of it.
Well, and as I say, it got Best Picture and Best Director and didn't get editing. It's one of those that kind of they usually come hand in hand.
I mean, I don't know who else was nominated for Best Actor. I wouldn't have given it to Spacey, but I don't think I'd have given it to Russell Crowe either.
Yeah, it's good,
but not.
I only wrote down Crow, so the other ones were probably ones that I'd not really seen or didn't really register with me. Rewatchability, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this, when I think about this, it's a very no, because I was bored on rewatch and wasn't looking forward to rewatching it this time. So yeah, had to go all the way. So
I put yes, because although it has its darker bits to it, it's largely quite fun in those first 2/3. So yeah, enjoyed. Best scene.
Yeah, I think I'd have to go for the gay kiss just because it caught me off guard.
I've gone for the masturbating in bed alongside where he just rolls off the different phrases.
Yeah,
which we've covered
Extensively.
Already. Best quote.
Cunt.
When did you say that? Who says that?
It's Angela, is it?
Yeah, that's a person. That's the... Yeah, right. Mina Safari's character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think even like in the playground at school, when somebody gives her some short shrift and she just goes, cunt.
Fair enough. I thought the one for you, Carl, would have been I'm missing the James Bond marathon on TNT.
I must have been asleep at that.
It's when she's taking him to her work do, and he's in the car.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I did quite like as well. Honey, I'm so proud of you. I watched you very closely, and you didn't screw up once.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would have said that at the dance recital thing, dance show.
No, I couldn't because I was the insufferable parent. They went, "Oh my god, she was perfect."
But the one I picked, it's okay. I wouldn't remember me either. I like to pick ones I can relate to.
Who said that?
That's what Lester says when he's meeting.
For the second time. Yeah.
Because then that's a callback to when they're serving the smiley.
Yeah.
I
think you remember me this time. Yeah.
Okay, best favorite character. Tricky.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Colonel Frank Fitz.
Okay.
He was the one I believed the most.
Yeah, fair. Difficult one. I went for Buddy the King, just for his fucking, if nothing else.
The mustachioed arsehole.
Oh yeah. It's horrible images in my head now.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, you need a bit of grooming there. Yeah.
Okay, hybrids, God. You got any hybrids for this movie?
No, not for this movie.
Okay. I mentioned Donnie Darko for the kind of weird sort of behind the scenes looking at suburbia in America kind of thing. It's gonna go from that angle.
Okay.
The second one, right? So I kind of had American Psycho down there. I'm not happy with it. I need another one there. I need something that feels like it's nearly there, but it's not quite there.
I mean, no. I think American Psycho because this is American in the title. I don't think is there much similar between those films otherwise? There's some killing.
Well, you've got a guy going through some stuff and trying to... there's some killing, yeah.
I mean, it's the opposite in many ways, isn't it? Because he's
repressing.
He's actively trying to court the consumerism and the capitalism.
True, yeah.
In that film compared to this one where it's... yeah, I don't know.
I feel like there is one there. I just can't quite come to it. Maybe we'll come to it along our journey on other ones. Have you got a hybrid for another film?
I have got a hybrid, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Like last week. No, it wasn't last week. It was a couple of weeks ago. I think it was the Aftersun episode. If you can guess the end.
But what if you do the two?
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't last time. So
well, you got there. You got there in the end. You got there in the end.
Did I?
Yeah. Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim, big monster things fighting in a thing, right? Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
Oh, Live, Die, Repeat.
Yes, it's the Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow, yeah, for sure.
There we go. How do you like them apples?
Straight in. Get it on. Yep, I like it. Yep, all good. Okay, we move to our top three. So we're doing our top three Kevin Spacey. We're between Mendes and Spacey. We went for Spacey. So Carl, any that just missed out that you want to shout out first?
Right, I'm going to give you a missed out ones, and I think you should be able to guess my three after that. So Sir Severin.
Yeah, that's on my just missed out. Sir
Severin. Really good film. Do I like it as much as the others? No, not quite.
Same.
The Negotiator.
Oh, that wasn't on my list. Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I've seen
a fun
it.
film. That and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Very good co-leads in that movie.
Negotiator.
Moon. We talked about Kevin Spacey's voice.
He's just the voice in that, right? Yeah.
He's doing his Hal impression, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's Gertie.
I was kind of like, I like Moon, but I feel like it's just a voice.
But
it's a good voice.
He's a good voice, but he's missed out. It's fine. And 21 with Jim Sturgis.
Oh yeah. The gamble.
The blackjack.
Yeah.
Going to Vegas. MIT students.
I remember. I watched that. I feel like I watched that on a plane.
It's a. I tell you what, we should have a delve into that plane movies. Put that alongside classics as a list.
Yeah, I've got a feeling I watched that on a plane.
21 is an excellent plane movie.
I might have even watched it. I'll see if the timeline checks out on the way to Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Right on the money.
2000
What did you put on after that? Now You See Me. Fucking hell.
2009. Yeah, 2009. I'll see if that even relates to it.
Yeah, so they're my honourable mentions. Let's do your honourable mentions, then why don't you try guess my top three?
Well, so I think one of my honourable mentions is going to be in your top three. Or maybe two. Oh, actually, maybe two. So I'm not going to say them
Right.
just now.
Okay.
Because we'll see if they come up. If not,
Okay.
I'll come back to
Okay.
it. Okay. What's your number three?
Well, you fucking guess it.
Oh, right. Say. Okay, yeah, good point. Ooh, sorry, I forgot what we were doing. Okay, so... All right, I think I know the three films. It's just the order.
Okay. I think you can get the order as well.
Okay, I'm going for Glengarry Glen Ross.
That's number three.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done.
Usual Suspects.
That's number two.
Yep.
Well done.
LA Confidential.
LA Confidential's number one. You've got a hat trick.
So, Usual Suspects and Glengarry Ross are just missing out on mine.
Ooh, I'm surprised at Glenn. I'm surprised. The funny thing about that is
I need to rewatch Glengarry.
You just misspoke just before I did that as well.
Yeah.
It's almost like we had a few bits.
It's crazy. It happens every week. I don't understand.
I'm surprised Glengarry hasn't made it in for you.
It was close.
Because I know you really like that. Less surprised about LA Confidential because you haven't seen it in ages.
LA Confidential is on my list.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Oh, sorry.
It's the Usual Suspects is missing out. And that is a not seen it for a while. LA Confidential I rewatched recently.
Oh, you did? That's right.
Yeah. So my number three is the one which you will not agree with.
Not agree with?
Oh, no,
Ooh.
two of them. You agree
hang on.
with.
Well, fucking one's this then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So number three is Baby Driver.
Oh, God.
I really like Baby Driver.
Is that going to be worse than this? Ooh.
That might make an appearance on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I really like Baby Driver. Number two is this, American Beauty. And number one is LA Confidential.
Do you know why you really like Baby Driver?
Because it's style over substance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great use of music in that film, by the way.
It is. Brilliant use of music. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it. The Gaps. I haven't seen A Time to Kill, or can't remember seeing A Time to Kill. I quite fancy seeing that.
I haven't seen that, no.
I think that's like a Grisham thing, isn't it? Time to Kill?
No, I don't know.
I think. No?
Right.
I might be wrong. I was looking up 21. I wanted 2008. It probably was. I probably did see it on the way to thing. Look at that.
Genuinely, no. Great plane movie.
Ooh, yeah. Definitely not.
Do you know a film I watched on a plane?
I mean, go on.
Tenet.
Oh,
That's
bizarre.
Just needed to get
for
it
the
in
first
there.
time.
I don't care. Yeah, it was for the first time, but I just needed to
get
it in
Tenet
there.
in
Yeah,
there.
get Tenet.
Definitely not on the list of top three Spacey. He's in a movie called, wait for it, Consenting Adults. Okay, we move on to our...
To be fair, there's never been any allegations that the adults didn't consent.
Fair point, yeah. I mean, hasn't there?
I don't know if there's ever been any allegations where the adults didn't consent. I do know the source of these problems were largely coming from the minors.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, classics collection, Carl. All right, so we are up to...
Absolutely not.
Are you saying where the American...
Absolutely not.
Okay, fine. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We've got 14 on the list at the minute. I updated the list on Letterboxd as well. So
good, because I need to copy that.
Up to date.
Yeah.
So our last week's one was Shawshank made it in. And I think Schindler's List as well made it in. So what would your submission be for this week, Carl?
Have you got some backups?
Yes.
Okay, right.
I'm not sure where I'm going to go yet.
I know, I've got three here, right?
Yeah.
I know one's a shoo-in. It is a classic popcorn movie.
Go on, hit it.
One is a great movie that I'm pretty sure you'll go, oh yeah, of course. And the other one is sort of between those two, maybe.
Go for the most obvious one first. We'll build up to the...
Okay. The most obvious one, Indiana Jones.
First one?
Yeah. Is that the one you had done?
No.
You can't say that Indiana Jones is not in there. Right, Temple of Doom, we know that's not.
Yeah, that's out.
Temple of Doom's out, right?
Right.
If Back to the Future's in,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones is in.
I think I'm coming around to the realisation that I don't like the first Indiana Jones.
Yeah, they're not
much.
as good as you remember.
Yeah.
That's true.
As much as I should,
Yeah.
perhaps, or perhaps as I expect to. So I think that's the only reason I'm struggling. I think in terms of is it a classic?
I mean, you said the first one as if you were going to say, well, The Last Crusade's the best one. Right. I don't think there's much difference between The Holy Grail and The Last Crusade. We all agree Temple of Doom is a bit of a misstep. We all agree that got a bit weird.
Right. Yeah, okay, fine. So Indiana Jones, fair enough. I can't really argue. It's another Spielberg, but it's in.
Well, it's ticking your penetration, your stamina, your girth. It's ticking all of those boxes.
How many times have you seen a big rolling ball or
exactly? You talk about
replacing a thing with
the Terry's chocolate
bag
orange
of
advert,
sand or
Remember
whatever.
Mm. Yeah, you talk about the zeitgeist. Yeah. Oof.
All right. So, Goodfellas.
Yeah. Easy.
In?
Yeah, easy.
Nice and easy. There we go. So we've got 2 extras, Indiana Jones and Goodfellas, into the Classics collection. What will make it in next week? Tune in to find out.
On your list, and on mine as well as I copy it, you should put a thing on to say, comment and suggest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can garner some more suggestions through Letterboxd as well. Yeah. But also, people listening, send in some ideas.
Yes, do. Please do. We want to hear from you. Okay, we close things out with This Is Why You're Wrong. Closing statement from each of us, and then we find out, has our needle been moved? So, Carl, do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
Ooh, I'll go first.
Okay, off you go.
I'd like to insult you, largely for comic effect. So look, I'd like to maintain the idea that it is okay that you like this film.
Oh, thanks.
What's not okay is that this got the Oscar. And near masterpieces like The Insider missed out. Look, my insult to you is that this is a smart film for thickos. Although
that's my brand.
Yeah, well, I think the Twitter parlance at the moment is, oh man, I bet this film hits hard if you're thick as fuck.
Nice.
I think that's how they were saying that at the moment. But no, seriously, if you manage to have fun with this, that's fine. How you get your fun is up to you. Look, if you want to put your fingers up there, you go for it. Right? You're not hurting anyone.
No kink shaming. No kink shaming here.
You're not hurting anyone. But like is one thing, I will continue to find the idea that anyone thinks it's actually good and worthy of an Oscar quite laughable. I think it's shallow, and that would be fine if it were funny. I don't think it's funny enough. I think it's muddled, and I think it's quite boring.
I will agree with you that it is shallow. And I think it's intentionally shallow in a way. So I said when the introduction that I was a bit worried about this as a rewatch, the old Spacey thing and all of that could be a troublesome.
What do you mean? Just one more time for the record.
Yeah, it could be troublesome to watch it. But I did still have a lot of fun with it, and I've listened to everything that you've said, most of it anyway. And
what a trooper!
And yeah, I don't know. I don't think my opinion has changed on the matter. I think
Listen, mate, you keep putting your fingers up there.
Yeah, it's got the right level for me. It's like it's pretty surface level. It's right there. I don't have to think too hard about it. It looks good, sounds good, the acting's good. Am I style over substance? Maybe. Am I happy about it?
Mister to you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, quite comfortable actually.
It's all right. Doesn't get me frustrated that I don't know, I can't figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm all right. So, Carl, have I managed to move your needle?
No, look, I don't hate the film. But I am going to stick it. I don't like. You've not managed to move me up any.
Yeah, and I don't think you've moved my needle either. I think we're rock solid where we started. I'm afraid.
Fair enough.
But there we go. All right, Carl. That's all we've got. Have you got anything else?
Nope.
Good. Well, that's all we've got. If we moved the needle for you this week, or even if we didn't, please do rate us, follow, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review wherever you are listening. really does blow the algorithm and get us out there to a larger, more voyeuristic audience. Our Bluesky, Instagram and Twitter is MTN Movie Pod. Our YouTube channel is at Movie the Needle. And you can also find our page on Facebook and some occasional TikToks at movie.the.needle. All those details are in the show description, so please do follow, comment wherever you are. So for me and Carl, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm off to have a shower and make it the highlight of my day. Join us next week as we discuss Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and we see if we can movie the needle for each other. Goodbye.
Conducted yourself in the solo symphony.
Beating the meat.
Shaking hot white coconuts from the veiny love tree.
Nice, yeah. Tugging the tiger.
Shaking hands with the governor of love.
Slapping the salami.
Jacking the beanstalk.
Buffing the banana.
Painting the ceiling.
Burping the worm.
Playing the skin flute. What about choking Kojak?
I've got chicken the chicken. No, he said that would do. Butter in the cord.
Yeah.
And,
Secret handshake.
yeah, playing the skin flute.
Yeah, we've done that one.
Oh, no.
Does that mean I win?
Yeah, I think you
Oh,
win.
here's one for you, right? Aiding and abetting a known felon, which is really dark when you think about it, because that suggests that it's done things.
It's done bad things.
Yeah. And you're happily indulging it again.